What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Clutch Cinema Talk. And we are here today to talk about the return of The Mandalorian, Season 2. The Mandalorian 2, Episode Uno, just came out today, October 30th. And yeah, so this video is going to have major spoilers. This whole video I'm going to talk spoilers because I'm assuming no one's just coming out of the blue watching Season 2 first and then Season 1. So I'm assuming you already know what's happening. So we're just going to talk about it. Right? Alright, cool. So this one didn't have, this episode didn't have a name, unlike the other 8 episodes from Season 1. But nonetheless, in this episode, we catch up with the Mandalorian and the child, Baby Yoda. And the Mandalorian gets a tip that there is another Mandalorian back on Tatooine. So already when this happens, fans of Star Wars are going to get the click that it's a certain bounty hunter that hates Han Solo. But we don't know that for sure, but most of us have that idea already ahead, so we're just waiting for it. So that's the whole thing I was thinking about the whole episode. But anyway, they come, and Mando goes to Tatooine, and he stumbles upon a town where it felt really, really Western. Really Western. That whole little intro of him walking into this little town in Tatooine, it looks like excluded from everything. Very, very Western. Like him on his speeder just coming by, like if he was on his horse. Few buildings on the side, and then he walks, and all the people are looking at him, staring at him, and he walks into like this saloon kind of thing. Very Western. And then you got the marshal, and then the marshal is Timothy Olyphant, and it's a guy wearing Mandalorian armor, and at first we're like, okay, there he is. Then he takes it off, and initially we're like, oh wait, Mandalorians don't take their helmet off. It turns out that Timothy Olyphant's character, Cobb Vanth, is wearing armor off that he got from Jawas. And to the regular eye, we don't know what this is, but to fans, we know it is 100% Boba Fett's armor. If you were unsure, the way you can tell is there's a little dent on the top of his helmet, and that's Boba Fett's armor. So Boba Fett's armor has been recovered. That is number one, and that was going through my head a million miles an hour. But anyway, the rest of the episode plays out as there is a dragon that is terrorizing the town, aka the Crate Dragon, which we see the remains of in Episode 4, A New Hope. And the episode is about the Mandalorian, Cobb Vanth, and a group of Tusken Raiders trying to take out the Crate Dragon. And I love this episode. I have a thing for humongous, ginormous monsters. Hence, you can see Godzilla back there. It was really cool to see the Crate Dragon on screen. You know, in its enormity. And you also hear the call, like that call, which the original call that Obi-Wan uses to scare away the Tusken Raiders in Episode 4. I don't think it's the remastered one, because I think there's 2 different sounds. It sounded like the one I was used to. I don't know if that's the original one, but it sounded like the original one. Yeah, so the episode plays out. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of great things. The Baby Yoda doesn't really play a big part in this one, and I think that's fine. I would like to know what people's responses are to that, because I feel like a big thing about Season 1, people watching, is Baby Yoda. But also, you know, the action, everything like this. But in this episode, Baby Yoda doesn't really play a part into this. So, other than that, big Easter eggs in this one. Toward the beginning, we see R5. And if you don't remember R5 showed up, the R5 droid showed up in Episode 4, New Hope. And he's the one who had the freaking top blown off. And then Owen and Luke ended up getting R2-D2, took him to the farm, but R5 is alive. And the way you could tell that's R5 is right on the top, there's a little, there was a little burn mark, and that's how you know that that's the same R5 unit from Episode 4. That was a really cool one. It showed that he is still prominent even after the whole Galactic Civil War. That's cool. Another little Easter egg, I don't know if it's an Easter egg, but Cobb Vanth's speeder. So Cobb Vanth's speeder that he uses in this episode looks very, 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 very reminiscent of Anakin's pod racer. Maybe it's the same model as of like one of the engines of Anakin's pod racer. Maybe it's the same model. I don't know if it's the same exact one, but it is very, very. It looks very, very like it. Very, very close to it. That's a lot of varies. And the big big reveal at the end. Major spoilers. So if you came all the way down here, like mid-episode, watching my thing at the same time, this is the big one, the big kahuna. In the very last scenes of The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1, they defeat the Krayt Dragon. Mando gets the armor from Vanth, and he's riding off into back to his ship or whatever. And on top of what is that called? Like a mesa? Or a cliff, if you want to be more general. You see a hooded figure, and I'm thinking, like, you're thinking the episode's gonna end right here. No, he turns around. It's revealed it's Tamara Morrison. It's a scarred Tamara Morrison. Now, what does this mean? Yes, it is true. Boba Fett is alive. Boba Fett is alive. Now, how do we know Boba Fett is alive, right? All right. Well, number 1, his armor has been recovered from the Sarlacc pit. I don't think any Jawas went down there and took it out, so Boba Fett might have to come up and survive the Sarlacc pit some way, somehow. That's one. Maybe the Sarlacc pit just threw it up, and he was like, I don't like it, bleh, and just blew it up. Maybe. But number 2, Boba Fett is a clone, right? Number 1. And he's a clone of the original Jango Fett, as Jango Fett kept the clone as a son and he grew up. It's Boba Fett. So we don't know what Boba Fett looks like under the armor, as it's never revealed in the original trilogy. But we have a safe bet after the prequel that he will look he'll look identical to his father because they're clones. And who played Jango Fett? Tamara Morrison. And that who was in that last scene. So he's seen there looking all Mad Max like a wanderer, a warrior, battle scarred with a bunch of guns, and she was just looking at the Mandalorian drift speeding off. Now, he looked pissed, bro. He looked tight. I mean, number 1, he's like, yo, who took my armor? First of all, like, yo, you come on, bro. But I don't know if he saw the Mandalorian driving away with it, but it's interesting to think about. Is he gonna be a threat? Is he gonna be a threat to Mando in this season? Is he gonna be an ally? Like, you know, we're Mandalorian buddies. Yo, what's up? We're gonna see how this plays out. But it is so cool to see Boba Fett back, and it's great for I think from a story kind of view, from a canonically story driven view, because Boba Fett was kind of, you know, cheated out at the end of Episode 6, and you don't really get to dive in flesh in canon unless you watch, you know, the Clone Wars and stuff. But I am super excited to see where they go if this is Boba Fett. Unless they pull a whole 180 and they say, like, this is Captain Rex or, like, a random clone. But I doubt it. I'm pretty sure this 98% this is Boba Fett. So we're going to see next episode what happens, how he escaped the pit, and what's going to happen. So, this episode was fantastic. I love seeing the Krayt Dragon. I love seeing Boba Fett. I love seeing Mando. I love seeing Baby Yoda. So, we'll see you next week on The Mandalorian. I hope you guys have all watched it. And if you haven't, go watch it. If you haven't and you stumble upon this because you love looking at my pretty face, just watch the first season of Mandalorian. It is great. It's fun. And you get Baby Yoda. Alright? So, I'll see you guys in the next video. Cool? Let me know how you like this Mandalorian Season 2. Are you excited? I'm excited. Alright. I'll leave ya. I'll catch y'all next time. Alright? Deuces. Woo!